Well, that game was unbelievable. That's what March Madness is all about. I thank the good Lord for these three right here. And now each of them ended up here, and I'll take this trio against anybody in college basketball. But this was an amazing team effort, incredible defensive effort. The fight and spirit that this group showed in the second half is what you have to do to win in March. They're so stinking resilient and keep finding ways to win. And I thought offensively, Hailey really carried us there in the second half. And we're really excited to be able to go watch this next game. And we survived to play another day and compete on Monday night for a chance to go to a Final Four.
Okay, we'll start with questions for the student athletes to the right.
One for Hailey. This is Campbell from the Athletic. One for you, Hailey. You're fifth Elite Eight, 3 different schools. I know your journey has been a lot of ups and downs. Just when you kind of put that in perspective, what's that like, just to know the amount of winning that you've done? And then both Madison and Sedona, everybody talks about Hailey's offense, but that third quarter when you guys were down 9, she got a steal and then a block. Like, just talk about what she brings. Two blocks. Right. What she brings on that side of the ball as well.
Before she talks, 5 Elite Eights at 3 different schools, insane. There's no way that's ever been done in the history of college basketball.
1 of 1.
Anyways, keep going.
I think at this point, I just have ultimate confidence and faith in myself to compete at an intense level. What I've learned through my experience in these tournaments is you can't always ask yourself to make every shot, but if you're willing to compete and lay it all out there every game, you're giving yourself a better shot than a lot of other people are out there. So, like I said in before the game to a lot of media, like I was going to go out there and play as hard as I could to practice with these girls tomorrow. And everyone else on my team played hard as well. It wasn't just me. We had everybody step up. Aggie did her role extremely well. Maddie did her role well. Sedona dominated all game in the paint. So everybody played their role, and we were able to get it done. And now we're going to another Elite Eight.
What was the follow-up question for those 2 players?
Yeah, for Madison and Sedona, just how much energy Hailey brings on the defensive end. I know we all talk about her offense, but how much she brings on that side of the ball as well.
Yeah, I think Hailey's a dog overall, regardless if it's on the offensive end, on the defensive end, regardless of what it is. She's going to do anything it takes to win, and she just has that competitive edge. And I think she's talked about it a lot, and you can see it in her game. She's been at Elite Eight every single year of college. That kind of just is a testament to how hard she works, and she knows what it takes to win at an extremely high level. And it doesn't matter if she's, like she said, she doesn't care if she makes all of her shots, but we like when you make all your shots. But defensively, we know we can count on her.
Okay, we're going to go to the front right here on the left.
Stephen Johnson, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Hailey, you're now the single-season record holder for scoring in the season for TCU.
Wow.
Assist, scoring.
That's a pretty good season.
What goes through your mind when you hear that now?
Yeah, obviously I'm super honored, very grateful to have done that, but there's no way I could do it without the personnel I have around me. Everybody on the court, no matter what lineup we have out there, their skill sets allow me to score. And when I'm being doubled, I'm willing to get off the ball, but when we're hitting shots, teams have to space, and I'm pretty good when I have room. And so I definitely would not be able to do it if I didn't have these 2 especially, but every single person that's out there in our lineup, they really help me do what I do. And it's a give or take thing, so I'm very appreciative for them.
Right here to the right.
Yeah, Thomas Asher with AL.com. Hailey, you had a really good game, obviously, in the fourth quarter, but it's a lot of mental game, especially when you're in that, kind of situation where you're playing so many talented players. Just what was the mindset going into the fourth quarter, especially in a really physical battle like you had?
Yeah, we really wanted to play 40 minutes. Notre Dame is an extremely explosive team. They're super talented, extremely explosive, but we're a little bit more mature, and I think that if we were going to play steady all game, I was going to take us over 40 minutes. They might win 10 or 20, but we'll win 40. And so my message to the girls right before we went out to the for the fourth quarter was we're going to be steady and win the fourth quarter, and that's what's going to win us the game.
Over here to the left.
Yeah, Pam Grundy. I'm author of Shattering the Glass, Remarkable History of Women's Basketball. So I would ask a historical question to you, Sedona. Back in 2021, you called out very effectively the NCAA regarding its treatment of the women's tournament. Based on your experience here this year, what's your assessment of what has changed and what hasn't?
Yeah, I mean, this is also my first Elite Eight now as well. MC and I were just talking about it 5 years ago. We were in the COVID bubble, right? That was during that year. And so, being here and experiencing this so many years later, and seeing also from the sidelines, year by year, watching each just, amazing female athlete, college basketball player, do what they do and bring attention to the game. It's so cool that I'm so honored and blessed that I had an opportunity to be a part of that push, right? I feel that God used me to do something through me, and He knew that I had a platform, and I'm brave enough to call people out when I need to. And so just blessed, really cool to be a part of this. It's night and day, truly. Super, super cool. It's, the women's game is so awesome to see how many fans out there and people, talking about it online and this room full. It's just really cool to see how, I'm 7 years of college, right? I've experienced a major shift in women's college basketball. And, yeah. But it's awesome to be a part of this, and just to see the game like this. I cannot wait for it to keep going.
To our left.
Melissa Treebwasser, Frogs Insider. Hailey, you talked about what you said going into the fourth quarter, but there was a timeout with, I think, 4:43 left in the third. Notre Dame had, I think, stretched the lead to like 8 points, and you were really animated coming over to the bench and at that timeout. You don't have to get into specifics of what you said, but what was that kind of moment? Is that kind of the desperation of like, this is it, guys?
Yeah, I mean, we know the makeup of our team and the DNA and just the natural tendencies of how we play. And I just knew that if we continued to make them take tough shots over us, it was going to be in our favor. And sometimes, you have to be assertive and loud to really get your teammates to bring their intensity up. So I think I do a good job of mixing it up. And when I need to get loud, I'll get loud. And they respond really well to it. They love it. So I'm going to keep doing it. And, yeah, basically I just wanted us to continue doing what we were doing and not let up. Like 4 minutes left in the game, it would be a shame if we took the foot off the gas. So I was just making sure we didn't.
To the right.
One more for you, Hailey. Kareem Copeland from the Washington Post. We've talked about all of the accomplishments and the runs. Is there anything that's particularly rewarding about this one?
Yeah, I mean, the common theme of it, one, is I really think I've had a very special platform this season to speak on my relationship with God and my faith and how He has just done amazing works in my life. But also, again, the people that He has put around me to allow this to happen and the joy that I have every day. Going into this game, I really was just going to go have no regrets, and I wasn't going to put any pressure on myself to necessarily win. I was going to go out there and have fun and play with the joy that God gave me. And so that's what makes this team so special is it's not like we have to win. It's let's go out there and just have fun and have joy and play the game that we love, and that's the part I love about it.
On the aisle right here.
Barry Lewis, TCU on SI. Madison, let's go to you on this. Notre Dame had 21 points off of 15 TCU turnovers. How did you, as a person individually, and then you as a team, shake that off and just let you play your own game and not worry about that?
Yeah, I think we've been thrown at so many different types of defenses throughout the season. And in this first matchup, I know in the back of my head I had 7 turnovers, so I was hoping to hopefully don't get 7 turnovers. That was the goal for tonight.
Anything less than 7.
Anything else than 7, I was good.
You only had 3?
I had 3, Woo! Cut it in half.
It's okay.
Thank you. It's okay. But I think, as a team, we knew that we had to take care of the ball, and we couldn't let them get out in transition. And they had 8 points off of turnovers in the first quarter, I think, and that was why they had so many points and why it was a 1-point game. So I think that was an emphasis for us throughout this entire week of practice, and we just knew that if we took care of the ball, they couldn't necessarily guard us in the half court, and it would be hard for them to score.
Very back.
Parker May with Stanford University. For Madison and Sedona, Hailey mentioned earlier how she wanted to play as hard as she could for the right to practice tomorrow. What does that say to y'all about how close this team is?
Man, I think this is the tightest knit group you could possibly get in college athletics. I think it's so unique. We're all from different places. We have a whole bunch of people who just came here for 1 year. Me and Sedona were teammates last year, and a few of the rest of us. But I think that we really just love each other. And practice is fun every single day. You know, sometimes it might be difficult, but at the end of practice, we're all just happy to be around each other. We'll sit in the locker room, talk, and I think we're all just veteran people. So I think that we just are so excited to finally be around a group of individuals and play the game that we love with people that we love, and I think that's why we're having such a special run.
Our final question right here.
Oh, dang, final question. Mark, I'm going to put you on the spot, man. I asked
for our student athletes only.
I don't have.
Okay.
Sedona, Hailey mentioned earlier the maturity of your team. It felt like Notre Dame was really trying to get under your skin and be really physical with you in the first half. How did you kind of overcome that in the second half to finish so strong?
Yeah, I was going to speak to his point as well. I think that Madison hit on the head, but also I think each one of us as individuals has been through so much adversity as people, as players, as young women, each in our own individual paths, right? And we came together, last year, right, was an adversity of its own. But Mark is so good at putting together this puzzle of people, of humans, right, of individuals that are good people to their core and that love each other and here for the right reasons. And that's what this group is. It's a joy to play with them every day. It just feels kind of surreal to be a part of this team. I've never experienced anything like this. And it's also this thing of, we're playing so that we don't have to go. We don't want to not be teammates anymore, right? And so we're going to play as hard as we possibly can every possession that we get for the rest of the season.
Anyone on Zoom? Okay, ladies, thank you. You're dismissed.
Thank you.
Oh, you get big man by himself.
Oh boy.
Parents?
Mom and Dad?
Mom and Dad?
Mom and Dad?
Wife, kids?
Wifey?
You know what to do.
They're
Keep them
chaperones.
calm. Keep them calm.
Good job, Don. Steven, you got to kick it off.
Okay, we'll start right here to the left.
Hidalgo's one of the best scorers in the country. What can you say about the defensive effort of both Hailey and Donovan, just kind of slowing her down and holding her to 3 or 19 shooting?
She truly is. She's one of the most explosive scorers in college basketball. But we have a team. It was Taylor Bigby, Donovan Hunter, Hailey, and Agnes. All 4 of those kids had different opportunities to guard and defend her. And then, you guys, on the back end of our defense, you got the best shot blocker in college basketball that's hanging out around the rim and impact shots. Even when she doesn't block it, she changes a lot of shots. So incredible collective effort to just make – she's so talented. You just want to make those shots difficult because she's capable of hitting a whole bunch of difficult shots. Thankfully, tonight she didn't. But this group overall – defensively as a team, I think they're so talented offensively. Sometimes it overshadows our defense abilities as a unit. I mean, to hold Notre Dame to 32% from the field, 20% from 3, with the offensive talent and firepower that they have, that's an incredible job. So just really proud. And that kept us in the game until we got our feet under us in the fourth quarter.
Far right.
Hey, Mark, Cameron Teague with The Athletic. There's a lot of programs who want to dip it to the transfer portal, and it doesn't always work out the way it's worked out for you guys. What is it about this group? All 5 of your starters had the 71 points, all kind of transfers. What is it about this group that makes that work for you guys?
Yeah, great question. It really is. And part of it was necessity. Like when we took over the 1-17 team, the portal allows you to get old really quickly, allows you to get talent really quickly. But a lot of people try and it doesn't work. And I want to give a lot of credit to my staff. We value our culture. We value getting the right personalities, egos, alphas. As you put together a team, you have your basketball piece and your style of play. You got to get that piece right, and I think that's what most people spend their time on. But you got to get the locker room right. You got to get the people part right. And so we have worked incredibly hard to vet and try to get the right pieces. We have passed on really talented players that don't quite fit. And so, it's And you need a little luck in there too to get things right, and we have. We did 6 portal kids last year, 6 this year, and so we've signed 12 portal kids to go from 1-17 to an Elite 18.
And here to the left.
Drew Muller, TCU 360. In every game since the Big 12 championship, you guys have been able to accomplish something that hasn't been accomplished in TCU basketball history. What does that mean for you to be able to accomplish things that have never been done only in your second year at TCU?
Oh, it's a testament. One, it's just an incredible ride that we've been on, and it's a testament to these young women that are in the locker room. These 3 get a lot of attention and well-deserved, but we're at this point because of the group that's in the locker room. There really is a sisterhood, and there's a unique blend of talents and personalities that have come from a lot of different backgrounds, which is what makes us so fun. And so they thrive. Some people are nervous when they step into these stages. You know, to win a Big 12 championship, we had to win in Waco against your rival who you know hadn't beaten in 35 years. This group embraced it. When you go to the Big 12 tournament and you had never won one in school history, this group doesn't flinch. There's no fear. This run that we're on right now in March Madness and getting to the Sweet 16 and Elite 8, like Hailey said, she's just ready to go to war and give it everything she's got. And so I think that's what has allowed this team to keep doing stuff that's never been done.
Final question right here.
Hey, Coach, Doug Feinberg, the AP. She actually is the first to ever lead 3 different teams to the Elite 8.
Thank you. I mean, that's a remarkable feat.
Is it fair to call her Miss March, since she's the one who first one to do this, and this is March Madness, and she's the one to do it? And along those lines, I mean, her defense in that third quarter kept you in the game in a sense to not let it be a double-digit lead, and what maybe overshadows her offense, but that defense was pretty good too.
Man, you hit a lot of good stuff right there. The Miss March is, I think, deserved and earned. In this era of the portal and the modern-day college athlete, and there's a lot of bad stories of the portal, but Hailey Van Lith leading 3 schools 5 times to the Elite 8. Miss March, yes. She gets that title and she can own it. And then it's funny, you guys, the narrative, one of the narratives with Hailey coming into the year, you know, at the highest level is, can she defend? I mean, gosh dang, she's an elite defender. I don't know where that came from, but with us, she laces them up and she wants to guard the other team's best player, and she does it. It's not like you're trying to hide Hailey. And so the competitive spirit that she has to be our playmaker and generate the offensive opportunities that we have. And then on the other end, always being willing to square up against the other team's best guard. She's elite, man. The kid's competitive spirit, DNA, and the heart that's inside her chest is unmatched.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, you guys. See you Monday night.
Tomorrow morning.
And for you that will be here tomorrow morning.